the Soul Calibur 6 beta, well, which dropped a couple of days ago, and I think it's about to end like tomorrow or tonight. I don't know. Either way, it's going to end by the time this video is up. Like, it's going to be over. I played a couple of hours of it. My original intention was to try and play as every single character for at least like 5 different matches. So like against 5 different people in like a 2 out of 3 setting if they stayed. I couldn't really get to that because eventually I started feeling sick, like to my stomach. Like right now I have a bit of a stomach problem going on as I'm recording this. It's definitely not a good feeling. And then also, like, the PlayStation 4 I'm playing on is not mine. Like, I still don't own a PlayStation 4, but the person that does, like, he lets me use it, and I'm thankful for him allowing me to do so, and even allowing me to just record matches and basically transfer them to a USB flash drive and give you video content. Anyway, I was like, I want to play more of Soul Calibur 6. It's definitely a refresher as opposed to the previous Soul Caliburs. Now, unlike what other people say, like a lot of people would say like Soul Calibur 4 felt horrible to them online. I honestly had a great time playing that online. Soul Calibur 5, I did not have a great time playing that online. I hated playing Soul Calibur 5 online. I mean, one thing is that I got the game late, but another thing was that I just couldn't stand the matchmaking. I couldn't stand the online delay that would pop, for the most part, up from time to time. And I couldn't really stand the player base at that time. But that's a I'll get more into that in a minute. My settings were pretty much like anything goes. So for the most part I was always getting matches. I got matches pretty much like from everywhere besides the US. I believe like from Japan. I think there was some from China. I'm not entirely sure of the regions because it's hard for me to see on the TV like where they're coming from. And I'm like, okay, let's just play the game. And I was getting matches. I think the longest wait time I had to get a match, I would say the longest wait time I had to get a match would be about roughly 5 to 10 minutes. That was the longest wait time I had for a match, and these were under any. But the shortest was like 30 seconds at most. Like the shortest was like 30 seconds, and I was in. Connection and stability was okay, generally okay to great. I'm not really the person you would look to judge connections, because I'm pretty much that type of person that will play through whatever connection is given to him. I had that general feeling of, look, I accepted the match. I have to deal with whatever comes my way, whether it's lag, delay, rage quit. I just have to deal with it and go and just push on through. I will fight through the laggy connections if I have to. And honestly, it wasn't that, the connections weren't that bad. Like everything, for the most part, was stable. It was playable, and I had one match that ended up being incomplete. The guy didn't rage quit. I think something just happened. And the game just said no. And it was because we actually had a pretty epic match, and it was like a comeback was coming on. I was like, oh my god, we're about to do this, final round, and then before the final round even start, nothing. It's the game just kicks us both out. I will say that when the game lags, it lags. You will definitely feel the lag coming in, and you'll just have to deal with it. Hopefully, you and the other player will just be whoa, whoa, back up. We don't know what's going on. The lag is kicking in. Let's just wait. like in the old time, like in times when people would just play basketball or like baseball in the street, and then like a car would come. They would go like, "Hold up, car coming," and they would just walk to the side and let the car pass, and then go, and then like go back to playing once the coast is clear. That's pretty much how I was hoping a lot of the connections would go when the lag kicked in. I mean, a lot of players don't really expect that, so I'm just like, okay, like let's just keep going. Like a lot of people are just like, let's just keep going. Other people kind of do that little bit of respect thing, like, all right, let's back off. Let's wait a minute. Okay, connection stable. Let's go. Well, anyway, like I said, when the game lags, it'll lag, and you just deal with it. It's not that bad, and it was only like a couple of hiccups, like here and there. I would say that the worst bit of it was when I tried to do guard impact at times, and the guard impact either wouldn't come out or would come out at the worst possible moment. And I'm like, dang it! It was like I hit guard impact, and the game's like, no, you didn't. So I had nothing. So I just had to deal with it. That's pretty much all it is in terms of the online, like the whole online experience. I do have a couple of matches recorded, and I'm gonna get to uploading those as soon as I get those edited and rendered, so you guys don't have to watch the wait times. I was debating if I was gonna just upload the whole thing as is, just to show you how long the wait times are, but that might not be the best thing. Like, maybe I'll just do like a quick video to show you like my worst load time and then my best load time if I have if I have that actually ready to go. But anyway, don't hold your breath on that. I really just want to upload the matches, and like I said, I didn't get to play as every character. I really wish I could have. Anyway, the player base for online as of right now, it's pretty much, for the most part, like myself. Like, we're trying to figure out moves. Like, we're figuring out like what works and what doesn't. And like, I think there may be a couple of people with command list. There may be one or two people with a command list out there. Like, I'm not entirely sure, because there were some people that just literally knew how to play, or literally knew what they were doing, or they were referring back to like the old Soul Calibur moves list, because the moves list don't really change too much between games. Right, the moves list don't really change between games. I think the one thing I dislike, and this has been since Soul Calibur 5, is the whole supers, like using supers bit. I don't like supers. I mean, I'll use them. Like, I'll use supers, but I don't like supers in Soul Calibur. I don't like them being in the game, because they're just there. It's like, oh, it just really feels like, it's not real. I wouldn't call it a comeback mechanic. I just call it more like, just like when all else fails, just mash out super type of deal. And and that's really all I see the use for. Like, maybe when the game actually comes out, we'll figure out some actual combos. They look great, but I just don't like the use of supers. I just don't like the supers in like Soul Calibur. I didn't like them in 5. I don't like them in 6. But I mean, I'll use them. I don't understand the clashing system or challenge system or whatever they call it. I don't understand the mechanics behind it, and a lot of people have pretty much been catching me on it. A lot of people have pretty much been catching me on it and just abusing it to to pretty much win matches. And I actually had a guy that would just pretty much do nothing but hit whatever button it is to do that challenge thing, because apparently he like apparently for his character it was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna hit this button, and I'm just going like, let me figure, like, I'm just gonna figure out how this works. Oftentimes I would hit a button and it would work in my favor. Other times it wouldn't. And actually, I can give kind of a guess as like it's just a rock paper scissors type of deal, but at the same time, like, I don't think that's how it works, because I'm hitting buttons and it doesn't seem to. This button doesn't work, but this button does. I will say that overall I miss weapon grab, which a lot of people don't know what weapon grab is, because weapon grab was something really old, like back in Soul Calibur 1, and I think it was in Soul Calibur 2 as well. And that's basically where, instead of you doing a guard impact, like, you just grab the person's weapon, grab the opponent's weapon, and you push them to a position that's not in their favor. So essentially, like, their back is turned to you once you do a weapon grab. And so they're pretty much free to anything for a couple of seconds. Overall, I can't wait for the game to come out. I'll have to, like, I want to get my own copy of the game, but that'll have to wait for a while. I mean, I don't have my own PlayStation 4 for one. But the person's PlayStation 4 that I'm using in this household, like, he's getting the game, so maybe during during some time I can get to play it. I'm hoping that Lizardman gets Lizardman/Ion gets announced or becomes DLC or something, because he doesn't have a trailer. He's not in the, Lizardman's been with us since Soul Calibur 1. I mean, he's not in Soul Blade as far as I know, but he's been with us since Soul Calibur 1. Like, you can't, like, why are you gonna remove him? But I mean, I guess that could be what character creation is for as well. But who knows? That's about it in terms of my thoughts for the Soul Calibur 6 beta. I believe it comes out in a couple of weeks, and I believe at the same time Spyro comes out in a couple of weeks as well. Oh boy, I don't know what I haven't been really paying attention to what comes out, but we'll see. I really can't wait to play it. It's the online like I said before, the online is definitely feels good. It feels a lot better than what Dragon Ball FighterZ has ever felt for me. And that's like, if I'm gonna compare netcode, Soul Calibur 6, the Soul Calibur 6's beta does a heck of a lot better than Dragon Ball FighterZ does right now. And to me, that's saying something. Anyway, I am Brad Reed, Gaming Mole. I'm signing off. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.